Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are live and, in effect, a little bit late tonight, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Had a little bit of issues with the old YouTube thing and on tech support, and it was a little bit of a frustrating session, but I think we finally got through it, and we are here. And so I don't know if you're here or not, but usually I'm really right on schedule, but not tonight. They're a little bit behind and a lot going on. So anyways, but there we are. Let's see who's here. We've got Gold Chick is here. Good to see Gold Chick. She was first tonight. And Johnny Wick is here, and the Global Warmer is here. Very good. Yes, indeed. All right, so let us get into some of these comments. We're a little bit behind here. We're going to see if we can get to some of these here. Down into the maelstrom. They can pile up quickly, but always appreciate everybody taking the time to watch and to engage on the channel. All right, let's go down here and see where we are at. I think we're getting close now. Very, very close. Yes, indeed. All right, JM Unleashed is here too, as well as Dario and Erickson. Good to see you. Cantera, doing all right. Hope you're doing good. Oh, very good, everybody. Let's see. We've got Bobby Agee says, as of last week, my financials have increased, and I'm able to financially reposition the lives of my family, and I'm able to boost my allocation from a kilo per quarter to a kilo a month. Way to go, Bobby. It sounds like things are heading in the right direction for you. That's wonderful to hear. Very good. Yes, indeed. Ghost in Plain Sight, welcome. Good to see you. Rick is here. Thank you guys for joining me here this evening as we flow through another Tuesday evening of live stream madness here. All right. And No says, yeah, I'm afraid of the Fed coin. It's a stable coin and will be issued for square things like food and gas. Rent won't use more expensive and sought after crypto to buy what I really want. All right. Yes, indeed. Crazy. I think the Fed coin is government too, right? Yes, indeed. So this is how we get to $30 a week. He just says so. All right. So buttons on your underwear. And the Federal Reserve says, or no, it says up here above, a Federal Reserve is private, not a part of the government. The website name doesn't mean anything. It's private in that they don't have to help other banks. It's just that they do buy them up and get bigger. It's heading towards having one real bank, communist style. Otherwise, there's too many. That's why Burr and Hamilton shot it out. Hamilton wanted this, and Burr said, F that. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's pretty interesting how it plays out. I think it's a quasi-government, bureaucratic mix up with, because especially if they have shares from the other banks in the districts. I think it's a combination of both of those. All right. Here's a spam comment. We're going to get rid of that in short order here. Eli, it was great, Sal. Yes, thank you, Eli. Appreciate that, sir. All right. Very good. And Oleg Patelovich says, 100% my advice, price drop buy. They will go up and down, sometimes hold off. I just go nice and steady. I only buy. There you go. Yep, that's kind of the way I am too. Typically, I've just been buying. Yes, indeed. Darren, the spiritual atheist, is here. Good to see that Chase would let me buy Bitcoin. That's good. Chase will let you buy Bitcoin. Annie Oakley is here. Welcome, Annie Oakley, and good to see Grandpa Fish. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the little granddaughter's doing well too for you. Kevin Sharp, it was $12, but $9 premium for Maple. I bought too. Yes, those times back in March of 2020, wild times indeed. And James Smith is here. Good to see James. Sorry, I skipped your name. Sorry, but we love you. Thanks for being here, James. Don't get them all. Sorry if I don't say your name. If you type my name out, I'll see you. It usually helps, but thank you, sir. Jay Hart is here. Justin Trudeau is here. Thomas Manning says the IMF works hand in glove with the World Economic Forum. Yep, they sure do. Good point. And let's see here. We've reported this already, but so we can just ignore those, but we've already hidden that one. Jamie the Angle, excuse me, why do we have to buy physical silver? It has a high premium and is heavy. And when we really want to use it, we still have to convert it into currency. Yeah, because it preserves your wealth over the long course of time. That's why you hold on to physical silver, and you have to hold on to it for long enough to absorb those premiums. And but there could come a time when you may actually use it for transactions. I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but with now what they're proposing or what it's going to be coming with Fed now, we're going to be much closer to having everything tracked down the road. Coins A to Z, good to see you. Welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, it's Turdo. That Justin. Oh, there you go. I love that. Justin Turdo. Oh, very good. Thank you. Haha. I love that play on words. Justin Turdo. Very good. I got to remember that. I was wondering why is he naming his channel or his YouTube name after the son of Castro. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. Richard Charaboga, another nail in the coffin, get a pitchfork. And that actually is a very good analogy. It is like a nail in the coffin to a totally controlled system, and it's insane. Mellow Stacks, yes, been a while. Good to see Mellow Stacks. Glad you're here. And Grayman61 is here too. Watching the replay 20 minutes late. Well, thank you, Golden Family. Appreciate you watching the replay on this Market Watch, which we thought was going to be pretty exciting, but turned out it wasn't. But anyways, let's see here. And we've got Plumber Joe. Just purchased 100 ounce. 1/3 of it was coins and rounds. The rest was bars of varying size. The biggest was a kilo bar. I'm looking forward to the ride. I will be in this for the long haul and plan on purchasing at least once a month. There you go. Way to go. Yep. Wise decision. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Constitutional Stacker. Appreciate you popping in. And Jamie Foxx is here as well as Nickel Stacking. You guys are great. Thanks for popping in tonight. All right. Let's march ahead here to Don Frias. To keep peace with me, I'm holding. Anyone ever think we could save America? Well, I think that's one way to do it. You want to talk about a protest with our money. That's one way to do it. And you convert your fiat dollars into silver and gold and even can transact in it. That's why I'm so excited about the gold back. Because when you use gold backs and sound money like constitutional silver for transactions, you're essentially giving one big middle finger to the system. Silver Smith, silver held strong today while gold had a big drop. Something is going to happen. Maybe so. Yeah, it was kind of wild to see what the markets did today. There was a drop in both metals, but gold took a bigger hit than silver did, which is unusual. Unusual indeed. Bob P says, one step closer to CBDC, and that's central bank digital currency, and total control of your finances by the government. There's no more cash. If there's a cyber attack or grid down situation, you'll have no access to your accounts and CBDCs. It could be down for days or weeks. Now what do you do? Yep, that's true. And the thing is even if they use these things or some to scan your dollar bills, and you can't get any kind of change back from your cash transactions until they scan the dollar bills into the system and it gets checked by FedNow, then we're in trouble. We are in trouble. All right, very good. Yeah, over here, we were a little bit late tonight, but we are here. Yes, indeed. The Silver Aura. Get acclimated to the barter system with those that are close to you and build your circle of trading partners. You might be surprised at how many people are already practicing the barter system. Yep, that's right, the barter system indeed, for sure. Yep. And that is where this is going to amp up that Silver Aura. It's going to amp it up big time. More and more people are going to start looking into barter and setting the infrastructure in place, which makes, I think, things like the gold back all the more important. All the more important. Sean's Precious Bullion. I've been like Jonah and Noah over the past few years. After the 4th of July, say goodbye to the global reserve system. It's going digital, aka Mark of the Beast. I've been trying to warn people about what is upon us. I can't express strong enough to the people that need to find the love of Jesus in your life so you can protect your soul and add gold and silver as well as you can protect your wealth. This is just the beginning of the birth pains, but all must happen before the second return of Christ. May God bless you all and give you a calm heart. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Sean's Precious Bullion. Appreciate that. And let's see here. Gold is recovering in the Asian market. That's good. William Davis, I can see the day. By the way, good to see you, Jeff Reynolds. And I can see the day when USA cash becomes illegal. All those billions around the world are worthless. Yeah. I tell you what, with this thing coming, anything is possible at this point. So without cash, how will politicians take bribes? Yeah, that is one of the things too, and that might be actually one of the arguments that they will have against for this thing. It will stop bribes from politicians. It'll keep our politicians in check because everything will be checked through the FedNow system, and no one will be able to take bribes anymore. You know, there is something to see that. A lot of people might be, okay, go for it. Good to see Richard Metcalf. Yes, indeed. Sal's gals do make the Salvation Nation great again. It's breaking news. That's true. All right. Hello to Tammy Richards, Searching Silver. Welcome. Glad you're here. And Tom Larson's coming to us from Michigan. All right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Let's march ahead. And we've got Pat Dolan says, stop buying years ago. And this is from the U.S. Mint. That was about their finning situation happening on their metals here. It says, U.S. Mint should go back to some basics. Too many products, not enough quality. Prices are extremely high now. Last year, their palladium coins were way over the price of their own pricing chart. Yeah, and there is a hefty premium to those anyway, but that chart, I think, fluctuates as well. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. I think the Fed's going to raise rates a quarter point tomorrow. I really do. Heidi Big 01 on the full stacking video has just ordered the round on JM Bullion. I think you're well over 2,000 ounces. You could have done an inventory while it was out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really, the time it took me to actually pull it out, and there was still some stuff that I didn't put there. I didn't take the time to count it all because I actually had to be pretty quick on it and put it back because of the so much time it took to put it out. But anyways, but thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you for ordering the round. If those who don't know, I have a channel round. If you click on the link in the description of this very live stream or go over to the channel page, there's a link there too. Over at JM Bullion, they have the Sullivan Metal silver round here. And actually, it's gone back under $60 again. It's 2 ounces of silver. That's the front, that's the back, obverse, reverse of it, for those of you who might be interested in that. Eugene von Logenberg says here, I have to disagree. Does the tail wag the dog or does the dog wag the tail? The Fed is not a government entity. The government is a Fed entity. And see, I think that's where I differ with many people. I think that the government is the one that's wagging the tail and controlling everything. Government is nothing more than an instrument in the hands of the banks and financial institutions. You're right, however, no good will come from it. They are not to be trusted. And that's just it. I think that government controls spending. Government, they put the people in place that want to do their bidding of government and the officials. And they're a bunch of unelected bureaucrats that have these strong ties to the financial institutions. They're kind of all in bed together. But anyways, I think in the end, we all kind of, are come to the same conclusion through a different pathway. Because central banks, I think, are, look at the central banks around the world. Are they all government entities or are they all private as well? I'd be curious to know. All right, very good. Jeff Reynolds, if silver was to rise 50 an ounce, then the cost of goods would be too costly for the consumers. Yeah, probably so. That would be a pretty crazy situation, although that's not what happened in 2011, by the way. But hey, we'll see here. All right. Anthony Garcia says there's a real difference with CBDC is it will have an expiration. People will not be able to save. That's the thing. They can put all these little things on it to prevent it from being turned. They can turn it off. They can turn it off. They can turn it on. They can turn it off. They can apply an expiration date. They can also apply a date that it can be enacted or put into your account. They can delay it, and they can stop it and pause it and move it around, whatever they want. And they can also make lots of mistakes. They can make mistakes as well. and it'll be up to you to prove that they made a mistake. That's the thing about this too. A lot of people, and I didn't really talk about that in this video, but there's something to think about here. All right, here. Let's see here. Pissa Packin' Pilot joins us here, or it says here on this video, working in conjunction with some sort of digital ledger. I wonder which one. Does anybody else find it odd that SEC versus XRP lawsuit is also projected to settle in the second quarter of this year, which will give XRP regulating clarity, and which was also designed specifically to transfer large amounts of money in seconds and can handle a tremendous amount of transactions per second? Which stupid YouTuber has been screaming XRP from the rooftops for over 2 years? Yep, that's right. Yep, and I'm not being on as far as who's going to be in charge of it. To me, I mean, obviously, if you want to put your money in XRP, knowing that it's going to come to fruition for that, then hey, you're making a wise investment. But for me, it's scary nonetheless. But anyways, Amazing Feeders, welcome. Hello, good to see you. All right. Yes, indeed. We'll see here. Very good. Okay. And Cybercurrent Twitcher is here. Welcome, CCT. Good to see you. Let's march ahead here to the next comment and see what pops up here. All right. Carpe Lift Chair says the following. Let's get over here to this. Says, for fun, I Google retail cashiers and bank employees, 5.6 million jobs, and 72% is female. A CBDC might cut a lot of that employment out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to be, interpreted or translated in that regard. My guess is they'll probably hire a whole lot more people in other areas just to keep up, to prop up the system, even if they don't really have to do anything. They can monitor stuff or whatever. Robert Elias here. Good to see you. Good to see Chad. Contera is here. I don't think JM Bullion ships to Europe. I'm sorry. I wish they would. There is sometimes on YouTube there's a place that will order them from time to time in batches and then post some. So if you search, I don't know, YouTube completed listings and find there's one place that has carried them in the past, and I forget the name of the channel or the eBay account. You might want to check there and reach out to them and see when they're going to get any more, if they will ship out to Europe. Sir stacks a lot. I stack regularly, but I'm going to step back for a bit and stack some dry powder, which is cash on hand, until the panic slows and the spot goes down a little bit as it corrects itself. Really wish I had a crystal ball right now. I hear you. I hear you. Me too. Me too. Okay. Of course, I don't have one, but I have one that's made out of glass. All right. Marching through here to the next one. By the way, thanks for the thumbs up. Less than half of you have thumbed up this live stream, though, now, if you don't mind popping in and doing a thumb up. Appreciate that. Will Olsinger says, H-bar is a physical silver of the digital world. And here I thought it was like a heavy barrel on an AR-15. What did I have? Stupid me. Will Olsinger says, a Project New Dawn. Yes, indeed. All right. And who's your stacker? As a comment here on my important message to new silver and gold stackers in these uncertain times. If you are a new gold and silver stacker, I encourage you to check this video out. Yes, indeed. Just remain focused on stacking your preparedness, but remember to do so slow, consistently, and always within your budget. This is all you can do as we continue into this economic and geopolitical abyss. That's right. Yep, slow and steady wins a race, and you can't get burned by going all in or going crazy, thinking the world is just going to come crashing down any moment when it may take a while. You never know, but you're right. Good advice. And that's basically the message that I put in the video. Richard Metcalf, welcome. Yes, indeed. Thank you for being a channel member for 15 months. Good to see you. Appreciate that. I don't use gold IRAs. I don't do any IRA. Nope, don't do that. I looked into it when I was going to transfer out of my IRA, but it was a very new thing when I did that. And I was like, yeah, I just want it in person. If I'm going to cash out my IRA, I'm going to get it in person. Goldfinger is here. Thanks for the thumbs up, sir. Appreciate you. Stefan is here too. Squidus Giganticus This also means the death of the US dollar is already foregone. I would not count it out yet, because until people wake up to this and really wake up en masse, they're going to go full bore with it. They're not going to even try to save it. Instead, they're going to rolling out CBDCs as a replacement. And I don't know. I think this might just be the transition to it where I think they're going to reset. This very well may be a good the beginning of the reset. I think this might be the beginning of the reset. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. And Squidus also says, Bitcoin will be gone too. Guys, y'all better de-dollarize ASAP. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with toilet paper. Well, and I wouldn't say I should de-dollarize anytime soon. I have a little bit of cash on hand so that you don't have to spend your gold and silver in an emergency. I believe that's prudent advice to have that, but don't completely de-dollarize, but you can certainly transfer some of your dollars into gold and silver. I encourage you to do that. Robert M. You're eating too much steak, causing gas farts in your office or work. Got a low score. Can't buy any food today. Got to wait 24 hours to buy food. More services. Thanks to businesses. Fed Bank. Yep. That's what it boils down to. Yes, indeed. Hey, Pistol Packing Pilot is here. It will be a very interesting week. And I'm not going to actually do a poll here, but what are your thoughts? Are they going to raise rates a quarter point, half point, or none at all? Or will they pause? Put 0.25 if they're going to raise it a quarter point. Put 0.5 if they're going to raise it a half point. Put pause if you think they're going to pause in the comments. Let's see here. Zach Effington says, I'm going to listen to the live stream at work. To whoever gifted me a membership, thanks. You're a real one. Keep stacking. Thank you, Zach. All right. Well, I appreciate you chiming in here. And it was an interesting live stream on Sunday night. And I think they're going to be pretty interesting from here on out through this crisis, probably through the summer. You never know what will come up. So I hope you can catch the next one live. But yes, indeed. So very good. So far, we're saying Stack 'em High says none. Silver Drill Pickle says pause. 25 basis points says PPP. Klaus Schwab is a better drummer than Lars Ulrich. That's saying something. Stefan says 50. 25. So most people think 25 here. All right. Even Justin Turdo says 25. I got to remember that. Justin Turdo. James Owens. Thanks. Read a similar story in the Bible. This is predicted just like bricks. I will never get on board. Yep. Crazy. Let's see here. And we've got Robert Clark here. Says the following. The exchange rate of silver means nothing to me personally unless, of course, I'm buying, but I will. What I will or not get in exchange for worthless paper is irrelevant because I won't sell. My gold and silver are for one purpose, a hedge against hyperinflation. When, not if, the US dollar becomes something to soak up, spoiled oil, gold, and silver will go back to what they've been for 6,000 years. Well, Robert, you actually make a very good point here. It may not necessarily be a hedge against inflation right now, but hyperinflation comes, you bet your bottom dollar, pun intended. Maybe I will do this as a poll. Let's see here. I can't talk and type at the same time. It's impossible for me. I don't have that ability. Okay, there it is. Answer it there. Yeah, probably better to have it as a poll. All right. Andy says, I'm living from paycheck to paycheck, so gold is out of the question for me. Yet I can even afford 2 ounces of silver each paycheck, even though gold is out of the option for him. I'm trying to tell everybody that that they need to protect themselves with precious metals before it's too late. Sadly, many won't heed the warning. They probably think I'm a nut. Well, yeah, and exactly, and that's great. If you can afford 2 ounces each paycheck, even if you get paid every 2 weeks, believe it or not, you can also save up for even fractional gold. There are less expensive gold options out there. But good job and way to go. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Annie Oakley says, great video, Sal. I agree. I'm thinking gold and silver will unfortunately take a few more nosedives. I've got my seat belt on for the bumpy ride ahead. God bless y'all. And yes, indeed, we have to be prepared for a bumpy ride ahead. And that means lows, too. It's going to be very discouraging at times, I think. Very good. And let's see here. Lars says, things going back to normal will likely be the mother of all dead cat bounces. Credit Suisse got its funding for now, but we all know what comes after. That's right. Good point. Very good. Let's see here. Max F says, I'm brand new to this, maybe 2 months in, and not watching the market daily, but still paying attention. Yesterday, I started getting tons of ads from all sorts of companies offering American Eagles for less than $20. And after looking at these sites, I noticed that silver products from all over the world are roughly about what they should be costing. So what's going on? The fake coins, stay clear of them. I've done many videos on them. Probably will do another one as well too. So stay tuned. Der Niederlug, yeah, shoot me an email. My friend, shoot me an email and we'll talk about it there. Yes, indeed. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Susan Pitts, just thankful for your channel and content. You make things very easy and clear to understand. Well, thank you, Susan. I'm honored and humbled to have you here as part of the channel. It means a lot. Thank you for your kind words. You guys are great. All right. Good to see Anxious Stackers here, and welcome to Silver Mountain and Anna Johnson. Barry Piers, you could have a billions worth. What is your currency and what will it be worth? Not so clever after all. I don't really understand where you're going with that comment. You could have a billions worth. What is your currency and what will it be worth? Not so clever after all. I'm not sure I understand that sentence structure, but anyways. You don't use any tax advantage plans. Don't know what you mean by that. Silver Patriot, FGNS. It's crazy to see this playing out, and we have the majority to be completely oblivious to what this means for the freedom. Scary times we are living in, and it really is. And this is scary news, folks. This cannot be overstated enough at how insane and how scary and where this leads us, this Fed Now thing. It is bad news all the way around. No good will come from it, that's for sure. No good will come from Fed Now. Christopher Stewart, the story about cashing out your IRA and going all in on metals illustrates a powerful lesson. No one can forecast the future. One of the primary benefits of gold is that over 10 to 20 year periods, it is not correlated with the stock market. Holding both stocks and precious metals would have served you well for the last 50 years. There's no reason to assume it won't serve you well in the next 50. Diversification is investment, all in is gambling. Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, as I thought back then that we were near the end of something breaking down to a deeper kind of deeper recession, or maybe even depression is what I thought at the time. Boy, was I wrong. Now, right now, it seems even worse than then with everything that's going down, because now we have inflation on top of that, and geopolitical strife that we've not seen before, and other factors. But hey, tell you what, there's been some resiliency overall with things that I don't want to ever discount. I don't understand the context of what you're talking about, Jorge Mendez, with tax advantage plans. I know what tax advantage plans are, but I don't understand the context of what you're asking that question. Tucson Bubba says, great point, Sal. Pay off all bills, then put 10% of your savings into metals. This isn't an all or nothing situation. Diversify. That's right, exactly. And that way you should always have an asset you can use no matter what any one market is doing. That's right. True that. And by the way, there's probably some high risk stocks that are going to be doing really well through this unfortunate time too. Don't ever count that out too, but it's just a bit riskier to do that, you know. And actually Bitcoin is doing very well right now. So, but Bitcoin is a speculative asset, and I think really honestly, it's under threat because this Fed Now, I think, is probably the biggest threat to Bitcoin ever, which kind of shocks me why the whatchamacallit, it shocks me that the Bitcoin is doing well because it's under threat. Fed now essentially wants to wipe out the competition, and decentralized cryptocurrencies provide competition to the government and to the bank. World above. If we printed paper and digital currency, digital money drops to barely nothing. I have silver and some gold. That's worth value. That's right. Exactly. Exactly right. Anthony Galliard says here. Let's get over here. Evil One says Bitcoin will correct soon. Probably so. Yeah, it seems like it should. I think it's overvalued now. Anthony, I think the entire fiat system is about to crash big. I believe it's being covered up by the richest 1% can sell off their stocks so the suckers and squirrel away as much gold, platinum, silver as it can before the World Economic Forum's Great Reset plan kicks in. I believe this is all by design to make sure we own nothing as they be happy and own it all. Better kiss their rear if you have ever wanted to get out of that 15-minute city. Hopefully the military will stop them before it's too late. I tell you what, Anthony, what you just said sounds pretty reasonable to me with everything that's going on out there. Would not be surprised if some of this, I mean, look at what happened with what the CEOs of some of these the golden parachutes at war. But anyways, very good. All right, Contera. I was browsing my trusted website this morning and watched during 40 minutes and that 20 ounces of both kangaroos and maple leaves, etc. All those ounces sold out, which is not normal for the website I use. So for sure, something interesting is going on, even in Norway. Wow, crazy, crazy. Even in Norway. Good to see you guys here. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Appreciate it. Larry Green, another great video, Sal. I'm pretty new at stacking. Really value your perspective and your experience in the silver and gold community. You're balanced and humbled in your approach. You can get obsessed and anxious about continually doing more. If you go slow, we grow. Go too fast, we live in the past. Appreciate you, Sal, for using your gift to serve us and glorify God. Thank you, Larry. Very kind words, and I appreciate it. And I need to be reminded to, stay humbled and stay balanced. And by the way, I have very strong views politically and also even about gold and silver. So I'm not being balanced just to try to ride the fence. I'm being balanced in terms of, because what I say can affect people's decision making, and I don't want people to make any decisions based off of any advice I give. They should absorb the information, do the research, check anything I say against other research they have and see if it's sound advice or not. Because I could be wrong. Very well could be wrong. B-Dub is here. Good to see you. Jay Hart is here. Stefan is here. Count Derpala is here. What kind of retirement plans do you use? I have through my work. Got a retirement plan through my work. And that's about it. The other one I cashed out was from my previous job. And let's see here. Hayden McLeanan, I'm from Australia. Recently on the news, they were asking how America has heaps of small banks, but in Australia, we basically have 4 to 5 banks and a sprinkling of smaller banks. But they said that this means the big banks used by the majority of people all have heaps of cash. So in theory, there shouldn't be any issue with that. Sounds reasonable to me, but I'm no banking expert. Yes. Yeah, there's lots of small banks. And by the way, SVB is not the biggest bank, but they're like the 16th biggest bank in the country. 16th biggest bank in the country. And the second largest closure in the United States. So it's pretty big news what happened with SVB. Even though they weren't diversified, and it may not spread as much as what happened in 2007, 2008. But hey, you never know. You never know. All right. Ghost in Plain Sight, new to the discipline, but well-educated and dedicated to protecting my personal wealth and the well-being of my family. Paper from some market broker of fiat currency. Both are basically as worthless as the word of Janet Yellen and Jay Powell. All right, there you go. Ghost in Plain Sight. Well, I would say that the dollar bill, even as a bleeding value asset, a decreasing a valued asset, still has value, and it's not I think the dollar, fiat currency, is still worth more than the words of Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell, but that's just me. All right. It is it is essentially company shares. It's a different kind of model. It's kind of an IRA, but anyways. But Brandon says, I don't know. Maybe you should have sold it and then another one for cheaper in a month or so, because it was pretty likely that the price would drop down again. No? Yep, Brandon S. It sure would, but then again, who knows? And then you wouldn't have had one. That's right, and that's just it. It's hard to find rhodium bars right now, and the prices come down dramatically. So I held on through this all the way up, and now it's coming down. It's under 10,000 now. It's coming down under 10,000. Jake says, I think they need to raise 25 basis points to show that everything is good, or pretend everything is good. Yep, I think so too, and I think that's why they're going to do it tomorrow. I think they're going to go ahead and raise. If they pause, it means they're not sure everything is good. Rock in a hard spot. That's exactly right. True. They need to show a level of confidence. And just finished my coffee. Now I've got the chaser in here, which is water. And let's see here. Yeah, Mark B, I kind of wondered if they would. Still think it may happen. Probably next week is what they're saying. All right, so 67% of you out of 108 votes say that they will raise rates by 25 basis points. 20% say they will raise it by 50 basis points. And 13% say they will pause. All right. The dollar is all for distastefulness is better than a liar and a thief. That's right, Ghost in plain sight. There you go. Yes, indeed. That's right. Kombucha. I don't know what kombucha is, but I'm at a point in my life where I probably would try it, as long as it's not poison or something like that. But I would probably try that, Jorge. S.W. Jackson. The digital currency agenda is the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. They want to control what you eat, what you say, what you can and can't believe in if you own a gun for protection, and what you can spend your money on. This will give the communist government 100% control of your life. Exactly. You know, people thought, well, hey, when they pass Obamacare, they'll be able to control your life through the healthcare system. And there's a lot of truth in that, too. But this has you by the balls in every which way but loose. All right, folks, you know what it's time for? I'm going to do some push-ups just because I need to. I need to get some blood flowing here. I'm going to do some push-ups. I'm just going to do some push-ups. Out of the blue, just for gets and shiggles. Get this stuff out of the way. All right. Here we go. Do this. And here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the 10 spot to get them going. I just had to got to get a little bit of the flood going. All right. Super Giant Gecko says, it just stopped. I just stopped in a pawn shop. Was curious in silver price. A-hole offered $10 for 1 ounce. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, avoid those pawn shops for the most case. There are exceptions to the rule. But, yeah. That's crazy, yeah. Typically, that's the last place you want to sell your silver, is at a pawn shop. Now, again, there are exceptions to that, and people have pointed that out. But, yes, indeed. Very good. All right. Very good. And Nick Bradford. I had a FOMO moment 3 years ago. Then gold surged. I bought a 100-gram bar. It's only now worth slightly more than what I paid for it. Yeah, I hear you, Nick. It's a long-term proposition. It really is. Long-term proposition. Yeah, I think I went down. I almost kissed the carpet on that. Justin. All right. And Tracy Norman says, are the precious metals going to level, or will they always fluctuate? If so, how will we be able to use them for trading or money? Just curious. That's actually a good question, Tracy. They're going to fluctuate on the way up, I think, eventually over time. What that time period is, I don't know. Tracy, I would suggest you go back. I did a video some time ago, 100 years of precious metal prices proves their worth. And you can see if you adjust the chart for inflation if you go to macro, I think it's macro trends, silver price over 100 years, you can see, and it levels out. It pretty much is keeping up with inflation over the long course of time. All right, so let's see here. Very good. And it looks like I got your email, sir. Thank you. I will get back with you on the email. Thank you for that. And Sooner Science Nerd has got here. Let's see. He's got a list of something. Let's see what that list is. Scroll back up here from Sooner Science Nerd. Interesting. These companies are coming out of the woodwork, advertising on TV, internet, radio, telling old people they need to diversify their funds into gold, silver, and will protect them later in life. Get rid of the dollar bill. No one has cash. Old people won't live longer, won't have longer to live. Gold, silver going down in value. Ukraine war. Food prices. FDA making. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, and that's just it. I always tell Sooner Science Nerd, I always tell people the last places you want to buy silver from are ads from TV. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. Rob bought his first gold today. 1 eagle, 1 maple. I'm new to Stacker, and you give an eye-opening views on the metals. Well, Rob, that is so great to hear. Way to go. Way to go. Good job. That is awesome, Rob. First gold today. 1 eagle and 1 maple. So that's 2 ounces of gold then, right? Congratulations, Rob, and thank you for being a part of the channel and watching here. Yes, indeed. Ghosts in plain sight. Gold, silver been around for thousands of years for a reason. Exactly right. They are not going anywhere. No matter what, they're not going anywhere. So the Asian markets have opened up. We usually don't do this on a Tuesday, but they are popping out a little bit here tonight. Gold is up $2.40 to 1943.40. So they're getting a little bit nervous about what's going to be coming the next day or so. Yeah, Scuff Gold Kangaroo is a gold-plated token meant for the CCP. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It was a scuff. I hated that scuff on that thing. And I thought it was on the capsule. I should have been more diligent. We'll get to that in a moment because I got called out on that here in a moment. We'll talk about it. Is CCT still here? All right. Walt Morton. Good evening, Sal. He says here. Thanks so much for another educational video. Thanks for your honest and enthusiastic opinion and knowledge about how the market works with gold and silver. Keep up the good work, my friend. Thank you, Walt. Very much appreciate that indeed. All right. And I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. We have a pretty good crowd here tonight. So thank you guys for joining in here. All right. Let us press on. We have got another comment we're going to get to from D. Perky. China already had a banking crisis. They had bank runs, even protests. People couldn't get their money. Also had mortgage issue. Large developers went bankrupt. Yeah, but that's been a little while ago. That may have been during COVID, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did hear something about that. And now, apparently, everything is fine after their CBDC, right? Maybe? All right, CCT is present. Good. Yes, indeed. Because he gave me a good tongue lashing here in a comment, and it was much deserved, by the way. Silas Marner, yeah, I'm torn on gold right now. Was in the market for another Buffalo. In December, I got one for $19.50. Now it shot up to almost $2,100 in most sites. I'm going to wait, but if I do wait, everyone else needs to buy. Or if I buy now, everyone should wait, as I seem to always be on the wrong side. But seriously, I'm just going to really watch the markets back. About 13 years ago, I decided to hold off on the major purchases, and I'm glad I did. That's the only reason why that I think it might go back down a bit. But it's had a steady rise to 2,000, and that could easily be on the new floor if it remains there for too long. That's right, for long. That's true, Silas. Very good. Let's see. All right, and we've got Martin C. says, the people who bought gold and silver because of low confidence in banks will want their money back when things look stable. They will sell eventually and probably all at the same time. I think that's when there could be a sell-off and saturation of the markets. Yep, I think so. Probably that very well could be. We could see, and that's going to be part of it too. The fickleness of people who buy and they get frustrated when the price goes down. Very true. All right, let's see here. All right. All right, this is okay. I thought this was, these are people I know. I thought it was a spam comment, but anyways, I just can't understand crypto, how to buy it, and how it's any different than fiat money. It's worth only what people will pay for it only. And I don't want to get into crypto discussion here in this live stream, but it's decentralized and not tracked and not traced through the banking system. And I think that's the attractiveness of cryptocurrencies. But anyways, all right. And Stuart, banks are built on nothing. Take all your money out while you can. You cannot go wrong by removing your money from the bank. And I think there's some goods, and I think you're right in general. I mean, if you want to take all your cash out, the thing is most people do run their bills through the bank. You write a check, you have to have money in the bank. And unless you are completely 100% cash with everything you do, then you're going to kind of need the bank, and most of us are. But anyways. All right, Cybercurrent Twitcher. All right, here we go. Here we go. This I should have done. He says, oops, Sal, better check with a loop next time, or at least take it out of the capsule to confirm. That's what I should have done. I thought I looked at it close enough, but I didn't, because it was a definite scuff on the thing. That was bad of me. You're exactly right, CCT. That's what I should have done. Chuck and Plata is here. Good to see you, Chuck and Plata. He's posted a video recently with some wild called Demons and Angels silver coins. It's a full collection plus some. If you're interested, check out his channel. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, Rob, thank you for your service. Family's eyes retired father and a son who's a U.S. soldier. Thank him for his service. That's great. It's awesome. His invisibleness says silver has far more utility than gold. You and I know this is true. Hundreds of uses for silver and just a few for gold. When a 10-ounce silver bar brings 30 grand, it will be hard not to say I told you so. Well, his invisibleness, I don't need to tell you I told you so, because if silver gets to 30 grand for a 10-ounce silver bar, we get a whole set of problems on our hands. And because I think it's the reason why silver has more utility, is why it's so cheap right now, honestly. It's very versatile, a lot of uses. They're trying to find more efficient ways to use the metal, and its demand is amongst other materials. Silver's uses in some of those materials are smaller, but they're very diversified. And some of these materials it's so diversified. Some of these materials and some of these things are if there's a recession, then silver can suffer because of that. Silver can suffer from that. So keep that in mind. I know that's a hard concept to grasp, but I don't think I'm going to be saying I told you so for 30 grand silver. But anyways, but thank you for your comment. THS, that's a doping spot from Perth Mint, Sal, and that's why I'm done with that Max and the BS. Well, probably in their defense, if I was to send that coin back, there's not another one there. I think that's probably the only one they got. And they probably should have showed a better picture of it. Of course, I didn't look terribly closely at it. But it's a pretty brazen scuff on that thing. It's crazy. All right. All right. Yes, I don't know if you can change your vote in the poll. But thank you for participating in the poll. I can't participate in the poll, so I don't know what it does, if you can change your vote or not. And maybe once you submit it, that's it. So think hard before you make a choice, but 66% of you say that the Fed will raise rates 25 basis points. 20% say that they will raise rates 50 basis points. And the rest will be paused. MC, I'm definitely holding until the sell-off begins. It's basically coming, maybe in a month or 6 months. All these new stackers are going to run out of fiat and want to sell PM. I got my truck empty and ready. And that's just it. Be prepared. It could be a sell-off. People might, if things start to, quote, normalize, then I think that's very well could happen. I'm going to do a few more push-ups. I need to get the blood flowing. I'm going to do 15 this time. 15 push-ups. Sorry, guys. I got to do these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Felt my elbow crack on that one. That was crazy. Yes, indeed. I gotta try to do that. Very good. Yeah, just melt it, says Gold Chick. Yeah, just melt that gold. Man, oh my goodness gracious. Bandana, ZZ, good to see you. Been a long time since we've seen you. All right, Three Blind Mice says Ripple Effect. Great choice of words, Sal. The Ripple XRP lawsuit versus the SEC is ending in the next week or so. I wonder how this ruling will affect the metals and crypto markets. Yes, I'm a gold and silver bug. All right. Yes, it'd be very interesting. And I'm not up on all that stuff with the XRP. But anyways, very good. Jorge, what are your goals with the YouTube channel? It's too much really to mention here, but I want to grow it, Jorge. I want it to get bigger. I want it to reach more people. And I would like to, I think, I would love to get 100,000 subscribers. I'm way off from that. But, but I think probably, it's to grow essentially. But I'm trying my best. I really don't know what else to do to get there. But hopefully we'll get there in time. It's going to probably be a slow grind for me. But anyways. And Michael Earl Gray says, those dragon bars are gangsta. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You're the first one to comment on what was actually on the display there. So thank you. Yes, and Mason says stack the poopy. All right, yes indeed. And yeah, 1 million subs would be nice, Stephen. That would be nice. Let's see here. Strat Captain, the COMEX will be destroyed when the deep state wants it destroyed. Does that clear things up? Yes. There you go. It's about right. Wealth Decoders. Thank you especially for reminding us to get out of debt first. That's right. Get out of debt first. Thank you, sir. Silver Beach Bum. Always appreciate Silver Beach Bum. He's been in the community a long time. But thank you, Jorge. I appreciate it. Try my best. Thank you very much. Appreciate your kind words. So the banking failures are set up to make everything CBDC, so the dark money people who want to run the world can be in control of the U.S. and Europe, just like in the book 1984, which everyone should read. Canada has now sold all of their gold reserves so they can control the citizens with CBDC as well. That's right. Yep. That's right. Very good. True. Very, very true. All right. Welcome. Glad you guys are here. Good to see Mark B., Daniel Lopez. James Smith is still with us. Richard C. is here. Ned Flanders and Ronald Nokita is here. What's the end game? You have a crap ton of metal. When the SHTF happens, what or who will you turn to for basic necessities? That's where you have to get to know your neighbors and network with people if that were to occur. It's going to take relationships. No matter what, you cannot do it on your own. I don't think in this day and age, there's going to be enough people around. You're going to be interacting with people. If SHTF comes, you will be interacting with people. Unless you're literally out in the wilderness in a bunker, which that's going to be very few people. And even they, I believe, will end up having to interact with other people. Relationships are so important. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Susan Pitts, I'm taking a step back as well, Sal. Waiting to see what happens with Jerome Powell in a couple of days. Yes, indeed. That's right. Smart move, Susan. That's right. And Old Dirty Bastards Garage. Nothing yet up in China. I like that. China. All the banks are lowering what you can remove. BMO yesterday refused to give me more than $2,500 cash. The ATM is now a $500 daily limit. When you see that happen here in the U.S., there are some issues. And there are some real problems. Yes, Orwell called himself a socialist. Interesting. Wow, I did not know that. Thank you, Jay Hart. I appreciate that. I can be his neighbor. Very good. And thank you, JVF. I appreciate you being here, JVF. All right. Mark Lewis says, thank you. So great info and video. Much appreciated. Slurp. Thank you, Mark Lewis. Appreciate that. Jason Hartman says, I'm pausing my buying as well. Premiums are way too high right now. I'm already have a sizable check. I'll stash cash and buy when the prices come down. whenever that is. I think it pays to be patient. Me too. Pays to be patient. Patience is a virtue. And by the way, I did buy a little bit of silver today. It's in this little baggie, but I'm not going to show you yet. It's got something on it that I'll have to wait to show you later. Okay. Troy B here from this morning's video. Let's get this over here. He says, the CrimeX is in trouble. For what? Suppression of prices until they cannot control it any longer. They will have to just start at a higher level and do it over again. It will never stop. The government is behind it all. They need the fiat dollar to survive. Maybe they have created thousands of contracts without any source of metal. What is there? 400 contracts for every ounce of metal? I think it's somewhere around that. I think it's in the high 300s last time I checked for the amount of contracts. But see, the thing is, as long as people participate in it and don't actually demand the physical or care about the physical, boom, then it's like they don't have to worry about it, right? All right. Hey, thank you, CCT. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, because you were exactly right about that. But I'm going to check my stuff much more closely next time for stuff that's in a capsule. If I see a scrape, I'm going to do that. That's wise advice. I should have done that. It was common sense. I figured I could see without taking it out of the capsule. I should have done that. All right, thank you, Jorge, for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's see. I wonder how much gold Trump does have. I'd be very interested to see how much he's got. Lidford is here. Hello, Lidford. Welcome. Glad you're here. All right. Max says that I'm at a point now and paid off my balances. Pick up my last tube. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to read the rest of this comment while I do curls. I'm going to read the rest of this comment while I do some curls. I feel like I should be exercising tonight, so I'm going to do that. Hold on. Let me get my barbell here. All right, here's what he says. I'm doing curls while I read this. Mac, I'm at a point now. Paid my balances off. Picked up my last tube this week. Waiting on one numismatic Silver Eagle backdate pickup at fair price to complete my collection. Other than that, I usually pause through the spring and summer months. Sure, not the one to put a deposit down and wait 2 to 3 months to get the product. To me, that's not a guarantee. Not in financial times we are in now. Yep. I hear you. The waiting time is always makes you a little bit nervous. I have an order in now, and that started right before the bank run started, or the bank trouble started, and it was some numismatic items. And by the time it got here, it's still not shipped yet. And part of me kind of worries, if it'll actually get here, if things get really, really bad. But anyways, so I don't know. All right. Donald Marlin says, I received 2 of your 2-ounce rounds yesterday. Very thick and chunky. Awesome, Donald. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy those. That's great. He's talking about the Salivate Metal round here. And if you're interested in that, the link to it is in the description of this very live stream. And this is the page you will go to see it. There's the obverse, or known as the front. This is the back, or reverse. Yes, indeed. It's very, very good. Thank you for that. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thanks for letting me know that you got them. I'm a big fan of the chunky. I am down with the thickness. Down with the thickness. All right. Michael Lutz says here, do you think if someone owned 3,000 ounces of silver, they would be doing good, or should you buy more if the prices come down? Well, I own about 2,000 ounces, and I think I'm in pretty good shape. But that's going to just depend on your comfortability with it, really. I don't know your whole situation. I don't know how diversified you are. I don't know what other things you have. And by the way, I think if you have 3,000 ounces of gold or 3,000 ounces of silver, no gold, I would consider getting gold, stop purchasing silver and getting gold, and diversify yourself that way. But a lot of it just depends on your own personal situation. And it's really tough for me to say what you should do based off of your situation. But I think generally it's been said, floated around for quite some time, that 1,000 ounces is enough for the average person. But I know somebody who has probably close to 20,000 ounces now, and others who feel comfortable having 500 ounces. So, so we'll see. All right. Let's get marching ahead here. Diamond Hands says the global warmer. That's right. Is the global warmer still here with us? I'm curious as if he's here. Because, you know, the thing is, I kind of know what the... Rubicon. You need a forklift. That's very important. Storage of those metals is a very important thing to think about. And how are you going to store those metals? And can you move it around quickly? 3,000 ounces, depending on how you have it. Because even if you have them in 100 ounces bars, that's going to be tough to move all that silver. I'm doing curls again, guys. I got to keep this up. All right, very good. So, yeah. So, that's going to be a big thing. So, Diamond Hands. Who can tell me? I have an idea of in my head what Diamond Hands means. Diamond Hands. How do you interpret the term Diamond Hands? All right. For those of you who have been on the Reddit Wall Street Silver Forum, you probably know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Define Diamond Hands. All right, let's get this here. This barbell. I'm not counting. I'm just lifting. Okay, there you go. All right. Good. Let's see what you guys think there. Okay, let's get the next one. A real Hawkeye, too. That's why I like to buy old circulated gold coins. Pre-World War I International or pre-33 U.S. No worries about handling other than ordinary care. Yes, indeed. That's right. Yeah. And I think to some, that's something Real Hawkeye says something I think is pretty important. Are pretty cool. It's nice to have some gold and silver that you can just fondle and enjoy feeling the weight of it. You know what I mean? Mike Riley, no, actually, you know what? I'm not curling 1,000 ounce bars, but I'm going to show you something here. Okay, there you go. Squeezing the metal, squeezing coal mines, diamonds. Oh, okay, there you go. Thank you, JM Unleashed. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like Diamond Hands not letting go of the silver. That makes sense. Okay. Squeezing coal makes diamonds. Thank you. Thank you. Now I understand completely. That makes total sense now. Good job, JM Unleashed. That's awesome. All right. And actually, it's funny you say that because I didn't know until I posted this evening's video, and I squeezed the silver bar. If you want to see what I'm talking about, watch my newest video. Yes, indeed. So you have more silver than gold than platinum. Yes. Yeah, definitely much more silver than gold. I think you nailed it, JM Unleashed. I think that makes the most sense, honestly. Slap that huge ass. Good to see you. Fondle my silver. My wife got jealous. All right. Yes, indeed. Silver Bull 30 is here. Good to see you. All right. Came by the Silver Squeeze guy from Dana. Said, yeah, the Silver Squeeze guy. That's what I thought. Said me squeezing it hard like in the diamonds. All right, here. Is there really 500 ounces of silver in a Tomahawk cruise missile? I know people talk about it. I did a video on this quite some time ago, and but not a lot of people saw it. But okay, let's play out the numbers. And the price tag of one Tomahawk is approximately 1 million. So a 251 million contract is roughly 251 missiles at 500 ounces a missile. 125,500 ounces divided by a 5,000 ounce contract equals 25.1 COMEX contracts. Not going to be a market mover, folks. Yeah, and that's assuming that there is that much silver in there. That's true. You're right. Good point, Daniel. Silver Smith, 2 p.m. tomorrow, the silver price will swing like crazy for 10 minutes. Then again, when Powell speaks after. I hate it when their stupid words move the market. I know, it's crazy. But it does. It's insane. Hold at all costs, says Shane. And Jason is here. Good to see you. Max M is here. Okay. Hey, Urban Dictionary, Diamond Hands is interesting. Oh, really? Okay. What's it say, Silver Drill Pickle? All right, so while we're here, this is the Salivate Metal round. But if you go to New Arrivals in JM Bullion, check this out. Look at this. Heavy metal construction dumbbell set. 110 ounces of silver for $3,000. Yes, indeed. That's about $27 an ounce for 110 ounces of silver between the two bars. So it's about 55 ounces per bar. So there you go. Somebody buy that for me and we'll do that. Instead of any super chats tonight, just somebody buy that for me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right.